Welcome, Trekkers and Trekkers. Welcome back to another episode of Treknicity Live, that Star Trek show that I do where I talk about pretty much what I want to talk about concerning Star Trek. My name is Lars Scenza. I'm your host, and I'm coming to you from somewhere beyond the cosmos, or perhaps somewhere in Southern California. I haven't quite figured that out yet. That's kind of becoming a regular thing. So anyways, this is the show where basically no topic is taboo, so I will be covering a number of Star Trek topics, whether they be good old-fashioned, I like this, I like that, or the more controversial stuff like when I covered the train wreck that was the Axanar program, our project. So, not to dawdle too much, this episode I'm going to talk to you about Star Trek Discovery. That is the latest incarnation of the Star Trek series, and yeah, I am definitely a convert of that series, which is about to drop some little short episodes just to kind of get our appetites wet, and be coming back in January of 2019. So let's get stuck right back in. Let's get stuck into it, anyways. With Star Trek Discovery, it is a series that is developed by CBS. CBS and Paramount are the IP holders for the Star Trek franchise, and for the CBS primarily for the TV shows, Paramount for the movies. So since it's a TV show, this is all about CBS doing their thing. With that being said, Star Trek Discovery is here in the United States is featured on CBS All Access, which is a premium paid service that CBS has. Kind of I don't know, I'm kind of irritated because basically here in the States we have to pay for an additional service. We have to pay for CBS All Access if we want to watch Star Trek Discovery when it comes out. Everywhere else in the world, it's distributed through Netflix, and it's like, come on, really? You know, you couldn't give it to us through Netflix? Of course not, because they wanted the extra money. But okay, look, that's enough of me kind of griping about the having to pay for it. I do pay for it, and I do get access to other things besides Discovery. You know, I get if I want to watch Big Bang Theory and I miss it on the night that it comes out, you know, I get to watch that whenever I want, basically. So it's kind of iffy. So anyway, let's actually talk about the series itself. Star Trek Discovery takes place about 10 years before the original series. It is allegedly set in the Prime universe, so you know, the universe of the original series, Next Generation, DS9, Voyager, Enterprise, not the Kelvin reboot universe that we saw with Chris Pine and Zach Quinto and so on and crew. It's kind of a It tells a story. It starts off by telling a story about the USS Shinzu, which is captained by Michelle Yeoh's character, Captain Giorgio. Captain Philippa Giorgio, to be exact. Her first officer is Michael Burnham, who is a female, played by Sonequa Martin Green, and you have a Kelpian, which is a new species we haven't seen in Star Trek yet. An officer being played, the character by the name of Saru, officer played by Doug Jones, and yeah. So I mean, we start off with a story that basically the Klingons are kind of being shifty, and they the Shinzu figures out that they are actually doing something that they shouldn't be doing, and they're kind of hiding out, and they're about to do something they really shouldn't be doing. And through a conversation with Sarek, which we all know is his Spock's father, Michael Burnham gets the advice to attack, which she tries to do. Gets shot down, so to speak, by Giorgio, and basically the Klingon Federation war begins, and that's a lot of what the first season is all about. this war that takes place between the Klingon Empire and the Federation, and basically the Federation getting their clocks cleaned. But in the end, it works out, and things kind of, they kind of wrap it up pretty nicely for the series. But one thing that really features in this series, or at least the first season, is this thing called the Spore Drive. So Michael, just kind of, I know I kind of sped forward to it. Michael Burnham was tried and convicted of treason, was sentenced to life in prison. On the way to prison, they get picked up by Discovery. So with that being said, Michael Burnham gets kind of brought on board because she has experience with the Klingons and spends the majority of the first season, I guess coming right, putting things right as best as she can, because it was because of her that the war started. So they have this Spore Drive, and they basically use the experimental technology to use this spore that exists in subspace, and it allows the ship to basically blink wherever it wants to go. But it's not an easy thing to do, and it's very dangerous. And they have a lot of difficulty getting it to work right. But when they need to at critical moments, it does actually work right. Although towards the end of the getting in the latter part of the season, something happens and they end up in the mirror universe, which is cool. I mean, before this point, I was already a convert. I was a little bit iffy on whether or not I liked the series and whether I wanted to watch it, but they came forward pretty good. Rainn Wilson playing Harry Mudd was kind of fun. I think they could have done more with it, but of course, you always look back and say, oh, they could have done more. They could have done something better, but that's not what it is at all. I mean, they're good stories, and I think that they had a lot of fun with it, and they really were cutting their teeth. So, they're just trying to find their ground and figure out who they are. The series itself definitely has me wanting to see more, and I'm glad, because we have these little short episodes, what they call short treks, which are coming out this month, and I think the first one is on Thursday. So between this episode and the next episode, we'll have a short trek. And Friday's episode, I will talk about it. I will go over it. So, there are a lot of critics about this series. They're saying it's just not Star Trek. It doesn't feel like Star Trek. Well, it does and it doesn't. Because they're trying to bring everything up to where they start, like where we used to with other series, but at the same time they're also trying to make their own story as well. They're trying to go in their own direction and pave their own path. So definitely worth watching. Give it a go. Like if you don't want to pay for CBS All Access, wait until January, and sign up get a free month of service with CBS All Access. Binge watch all the episodes from the first season, and if you don't like it, just get rid of the service, and you're not out any money. But definitely, very cool series to watch. I'm curious to see how they go. Normally, I'm pretty good. Like I'm kind of spoilerific when it comes to this stuff, and I give you a little warning and say, hey, this is going to be, there's going to be some spoilers coming up. But I'm not going to do it with this one. I'm not going to spoil the end of the first season. If you want to know what it is, you got to go watch it. Okay, it's kind of cool. It does some nice tie-ins with the original series, which is cool again. And it looks like they're going to spend part of season 2 strengthening that connection with the original series. So, that being said, I'm going to cut this a little bit short tonight. We're just around it at 10 minutes for this episode. On Friday, again, I'm going to talk about the short trek. I hope I get a chance to see it because, obviously they don't want anything to talk about. Or I'll find something else to talk about. But anyways, in the meantime, folks, thank you very much for watching this show. If you like what we're doing, please click the like and subscribe on this video or on our channel. and click the little notification icon so that you can see when new stuff comes out. Registered Geeks is really starting to ramp up. We're really starting to put our backs into it. We're having a lot of fun. Like I said in my last episode, we just wrapped up Dragons of Adrian, the campaign diary, season 1. PMDM, Patrick's new show, is just getting ready to spin up. And of course I've got more Treknicity coming towards you. So in the meantime, folks, thank you again for watching, and as always, rock out with your Spock out. All right, see you, folks. Have a good one.